Here we are, Venice, Florida. And today the family does Venice. Here we are in Venice, Florida. This is apparently Fountain Park. Real nice little fountain. It was presented to the people of Venice from First National Bank of Venice back in 1986. Real nice, quaint little park here off Miami Avenue. Girlies. This is Miami Avenue. It's the secondary street for all the shopping and restaurants and things like that for Venice. The main street that most people think of when they shop at Venice is Venice Avenue, with all the palm trees and the very wide boulevard. But this is the just about block off Venice Avenue, Miami Avenue. Hey Georgia, there's Island Coffee right there.
I know. There's some girl in there dancing.
There's somebody in there dancing. The coffee's that good?
Yeah, probably.
You want to go snag some Island Coffee, Georgia?
I'm hot. Yeah, I'm kind of hot now.
You're kind of hot.
I know, I have to do it. Well, I wanted to sit down.
Like a big baby?
No, it's like to cool off by the fountain.
Cool off with a nice hot cup of coffee?
No, coffee's hot. The front.
Here we are. This is Venice Avenue, the main drag that goes down Venice. Clear to Venice Beach if you keep going. Venice Avenue, really pretty with all the royal palm trees and jatropha trees and everything down the median. Very attractive downtown. Lots of shops. What do you think, George?
I think it's cool.
I think that they should have smell-o-vision right now, because whatever we're smelling right now, that ice cream shop right there smells delicious.
It smells very sweet.
We're off to find a t-shirt shop. Everybody wave. Venice Beach.
All veterans and those who gave their lives and hope to the children.
No, it says dedicated to all veterans of all wars, the disabled, and those who gave their lives in the hope their children would never need to fight or heal their lives, are strong and free, but especially dedicated to them.
Got more sand in your sandal, George?
Yes.
Mom and sister are ditching us.
I thought me and Mom were walking, but she said we were walking.
What do you guys think of the Venice Avenue Park?
That would look good.
I don't know if that's the official name. I've been looking to see if there is an official name for the park.
I don't know.
Here's this Venice Army Air Base arch. Actually, an arch is probably not the appropriate term, since it doesn't actually arch and it's rectangular.
I don't know what you call that.
Entry feature. Maybe it'll have a description up here.
Base.
Look at the big banyan tree behind it.
It's called base.
It's a monstrous banyan.
Whoa, that is. I need a picture of this. This is cool.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, it's a replica of the Venice Army Air Base main entrance.
Just to stop some.
Look at this big old banyan, girls. I don't.
Spider web in it. No,
Here, walk up there to it. Not the spider web, the tree. Oh, the path we're on freaked me out. It went from concrete to asphalt.
Like playground path.
Yeah, it's like the rubberized mulch.
Right, good for walkers and joggers.
Yeah, that is a big old banyan.
Pretty big.
It is pretty big.
How old do you think it is?
Oh,
200.
geez. Actually, probably not that old. Probably.
Maybe they could put it in the comments below on how old they think it is.
Everybody comment below how old you think this banyan tree is. I have my guess, but I'm not going to say.
If you're in a waiting line left, you always go left because more people go right than left.
They're going right.
You know the saying,
We're-
right is always right? Well, that's wrong. Right is always left.
Okay. I think you're using your theme park logic to where if there's two lines, you always go to the left line because people are inclined to go to the right line. Those are bikes. The really low bikes. I forget what they call them. What are those bikes called? Leave it in the comments below. I can't remember.
My walking buddy ditched me again.
She did ditch you. What's this little brick thing?
I don't know. See, left is always right.
Yep, you were right, Georgia. You're right. That left was the best way to go.
Because we're closer to the cool thing. They have to walk more.
I love all these oaks and palm trees.
Look at the
It's so
picnic
shady.
table.
Yep.
Probably wet though. Oh look.
It's a monument to the Calusa and Seminole peoples.
People?
Yes, there were two different tribes.
Oh, okay. Is that feathers or is that like ponytails?
I think those are ornamental. Those are feathers, I believe.
Oh.
But I don't really know, Georgia.
That dude looked like he got a ponytail. It's a mammoth.
This is a odd little monument thing. It's a woolly mammoth, a giant camel, and a giant sloth.
There's giant camels?
This is an excerpt from the... It echoes in here too, it's weird. It's an excerpt from the 1929 Venice News talking about prehistoric animals.
But man, mammoths could be.
It's interesting how the curvature of the monument makes...
Remember we've even seen skeletons of all those in that Bishop Museum.
The giant sloth has a very weird shape, but
It does.
When they say giant camel, how much bigger was it than the camels of like...
The modern camels? I don't know how much bigger a giant camel is versus a modern
when you
camel.
think about camels, their legs are like so skinny. Think about how much more weight it had to support with them skinny legs.
I mean, the
Yeah.
giant sloths were like 30 feet tall, weren't they?
I don't think they were quite 30 feet tall, but they were like 15 feet tall or something like that.
I mean, they were...
If anybody knows how big a giant camel was in comparison to a modern day camel, let us know.
Is this another band?
Another banyan. Two big old banyans. Is this one bigger or smaller than the last one, George?
Not even a question.
This one's bigger than the other one.
Way bigger than the other one.
Wait, what are they called?
Banyans. There's a sign on this one.
So weird. Oh yeah. Banyan tree.
There's another one way down there. Monstrous. This thing has to be 30-some feet wide. From tip of trunk to tip of trunk.
Oh, this is their Christmas tree, Mom said.
Look at all those aerial roots hanging down. If people don't know how banyans reproduce, they have these aerial roots right here like this. And these aerial roots will drape down until they touch the ground. And then when they touch the ground, they form another supporting trunk that allows the branches to keep on extending. And so that's how the banyans can get so wide, is they have these structural trunks that help hold their branches up. This right here is the original trunk, and all these other pieces are secondary trunks to hold up their branches. Squirrels seem to be enjoying it. Look at this tree. Massive. Unfortunately, a lot of carving on it. People being disrespectful to the tree, but what's crazy is this is not even close to as big as these get. There's one over at the Ford Edison Estate in Fort Myers that's even bigger. This tree here probably has well over 100-foot spread from tip of the tree to tip of the tree. There they are. Here, Georgia, go stand out there for comparison so we can see how big this thing is. It is pretty big. The squirrel's after you? After me? That's not good. Here they come. That's just one of the aerial routes that Nicole walked by, just for comparison. I don't think I can get it in focus here, but there's an owl flew into the tree while we were standing here. Our youngest daughter spotted it. And the blue jays are mad. They're up there harassing it. But it's right here between these branches. It's hard to get it in focus, but it's just up in there, and the blue jays are pestering this owl. Good eye, Holland. Whoa, they're swooping it.
The blue jays are squawking and shooting around.
This is called Pioneer Court. It's supposed to symbolize the three crops, citrus, cattle, and seafood, that sustained Venice through the 19th centuries. Carroll A. Town, Bachelor of Science, American Society of Landscape Architecture, 1901 to 1991, and he led the movement to create and was a major contributor to the construction of Heritage Court. So I believe this park is called Heritage Court, or at least this portion of it, which we were asking earlier. It was very successful. It's very nice, goes a long ways, is a super nice walk.
There's also a golf court.
That's a tennis court.
Or a tennis court.
Yeah, there's a lot of amenities in this area down here in downtown Venice.
The butterfly.
It was all, you said it was all donated by the garden club
I
here?
don't know, there's a sign over there.
A lot of nice bromeliads, crepe myrtle tree. They're done blooming for the year.
Oh, look at the staghorn.
It is a very nice staghorn.
I don't think sports do that.
Plumbago, Thai plants in the roundabout there. Look how the garden club spiraled the bromeliads around the trunk of this crepe myrtle. I've never seen that before. That's really interesting. Oh, there's a little tiny pineapple there too. I don't know if you can see it. Tiny baby pineapple growing in the end of that. Here we are at the Lord Heigl House. It's currently being restored. It was built in 1896 and is the oldest house in Venice, Florida. You can see some caution tape up there on the front porch to try to discourage people from walking up the steps and checking it out. The top windows are shuttered. Complete wraparound porch, which was common for the period then. I find it strange, the two doors at staggered heights. I find that very weird. I'm not sure what that's all about. Wraparound porch. It looks like the interior is pretty well gutted through the windows. You can see the framework inside and wiring hanging here and there. You know, of course, these steps have been updated to try to meet current ADA handrail guidelines. Really cool old weather vane on the top. I don't know if it's too sunny to see that or not. Tin roof, shutters, raised porch, very nice. I'm assuming very typical for the period, but we had to check it out since it was the oldest house in Venice and was fairly readily available to park, get out, and check out.